So we've got some questions here. We'll start with John. Now, you've traveled the world. You've played all sorts of roles. And a moment ago, we were talking about some of the special operations team members we treated home base, but you've actually played those roles, and I'm sure on the cast and the special effects guys. If you could just take a moment and talk about why that's important to you, and then again, why do you like playing this part?
Well, I like pretending to be a hero because it's just so weird to talk about this in a room full of actual heroes like this gentleman right here. So this is just so thrilling for us all to do. I think I speak for all of us that one of the main reasons why we all wanted to do the show was so that we could work as intimately with the military and all these different incredible teams that we've worked with. I personally have gotten to work with a whole lot of special ops, which I think I've done sort of proudly, though I'm sure I'm still being judged as we speak tonight. So people will be watching tonight being like, that's not how you hold it, man. That's not how you hold it. But I get to go, I'm an analyst. So we got a safety there. It's a true honor to be able to do it. And I think that being able to pretend to be these people, we get to go to these places, we get to go and meet all these incredible real heroes and go to these bases and really get to, in our part, show off what each and every one of you do every single day in a completely fake way. So, thank you.
So in the military, one of the things we always talk about, and John alluded to it, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Every generation builds on it, and for me, the World War II generation, the greatest generation, really saved the world. I mean, not a big deal, right? Your dad was part of that greatest generation that fought World War II.
Yes, he
Can you
was.
tell us a little about him?
My dad, Amos Pierce Jr., is now 98 years old. He was with the Army unit that was attached to the 3rd Marines and fought in the Battle of Saipan. And the thing that is the lasting memory of my father, he came back and he always taught us, you can't get lost in America, which was a specific thing, right? Because we would like take these summer vacations and you give us the maps and say, hey, you can't get lost in America, show us where to go. But also it was the euphemism of what he fought for and that he was so honored to fight for, to make the country that it could possibly be, you know, the more perfect union. So he gave that to my brothers and I. My brother went on to graduate from West Point. So he got national security clearance. He was a nuclear arms officer, and he went to get his clearance, and they kept asking him about me. I was like, what happened to him? But yeah, we have a long tradition of military service in my family. I had an uncle who died in World War I. I had an uncle a great uncle who died in World War I, an uncle who served 2 tours in Vietnam, my father in World War II, and my brother at West Point. So you can't get lost in America.
Thank you for your Michael, they've got a question here on different vehicles, but I also know you played a role with the 1st Cav, one of the most storied divisions in the U.S. Army. I mean, that must have been a thrill. And did you get to spend time with those units of the soldiers from the 1st Cav? And could you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I think one of the, I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a few different military projects over my career, thankfully. And the greatest thing is each and every one of them, there's always somebody there for you. There's always somebody you can ask a question to, quite often it being the person you're portraying. There's been some incredible men that I've been able to reach out to and get to know a little better, and the honor that you have portraying these real life people, and not just talking with them, but doing your best to represent these great iconic figures, and all you can do as an actor is do your best to try to be that cool. Like John was saying, we just pretend, but when you have a great story to go on, when you have a great man whose shoulders you can stand on and try to be him, it makes it a lot easier.
That's perfect. Thank you. Hey, John, there's 2 questions. First of all, the folks would like to know, what's it like being back here in Massachusetts?
Oh my God. greatest thing coming home. But I gotta say, coming home to be this close to Fenway Park and this whole incredible, this place is incredible. So walking in and seeing Fenway is the first thing I saw when I touched down in Boston. Was that's exactly how it should be. So being with all of you guys and being next to Fenway Park is it's all I want to do. It's all I want to be.
And of course, you probably saw this one coming, but what can you guys tell us about season 4?
Mike's gonna be like, the action, man, the action.
More action, man. Get to drive some cool things and shoot some stuff. It's a lot of fun.
I think for me, as this is the final season, for me, this has been a really emotional ride because these two gentlemen have become much more than friends or cohorts or compadres. These guys are my family, and they've just been an amazing family to travel the world with, like you said, and to be in something that we all believe in so deeply with these two people has been truly one of the greatest honors in my career and my life. So this is one of the best parts about this whole season for me.
How do I follow that up?
You don't.
I know. We have traveled the world, and I have really appreciated that. And the one thing about this season that's really great, the one word I lean on is convergence. Very important word when it comes to the intelligence community. And I just want to give a shout out, not too loud, very quietly, to Mel, my CIA consultant. So
You're gonna get a dart in the neck, man. You're gonna get a dart in the neck.
his name is not Mel, and I don't know him. All right, that's all I have to say. But I really appreciated the work I did with him over these 4 years, and this year in particular, we traveled the world. And John, Mike, it has been the utmost pleasure of my life and career to travel the world with you guys.
Oh, and on this call, no, it very much the same what these guys are saying. In fact, I would turn to John. We would, be in one of these incredible locations in Slovakia or wherever, and we're just sitting there like looking out over this beautiful lake or something. I turn to him all the time. I'm like, one more season, one more season. Because honestly, it has been the greatest job ever. It is because we are family and brothers, and I always say that if you go to work every day and you get to laugh so hard that you're almost crying, you're in the right place, and that's what this has been for me. So it's just been such a treat, and I hate that it's the last one, but I think we did a pretty good job.
You did. Well, John, you're the hometown guy, so I'm going to give you the last word. Would you like to say something?
Please, you should take the last word for sure. But I gotta tell you, very truthfully, the best part about what we do is getting to do events like this with people like you. I mean, to actually be a part of a group like this to come together, whether it's Mass Fallen Heroes, USO, Home Base, all these incredible real heroes doing such heroic work, the doctors, the nurses, everybody who's a part of this recovery, this family, this team. We have gotten to see it totally secondhand, and we are just so honored to be a part of this tonight. So thank you all for all your amazing work. Thank you for coming out for this, but we wanted to do this for you. So thank you so much for coming tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.